What's up, guys? This is William from Negro Randomly, and today's date is April the 8th, 2022. And today's question I'm going to be answering is, what happens when a white woman stabs a black man? This is the age-old question. You know, the reverse question of this was when O.J. Simpson was accused, allegedly stabbing his white wife, and he was found not guilty. In this situation, where O.J. Simpson was not at the scene of the crime, this lady, the white woman, was at the scene of the crime, covered in blood, and the black boyfriend was pronounced dead in the same apartment. That was his apartment, so she had her over, and they found him dead, lifeless, and she's covered all in blood with the knife in hand. O.J. Simpson's case, he was not found at the scene of the crime. It was proven that he wasn't there at the scene of crime, and the objects that were not there did not trace it back to O.J. Simpson, and he got off. So let me show you what happens on today's date when a white woman stabs a black man, and why there is no outrage and no one is talking about it. The only person talking about it on black YouTube is O'Shea Duke Jackson. And O'Shea Duke Jackson does 10, 15 videos a day. So of course he's going to talk about it. But when you go through the rest of black YouTube, Cynthia G spoke about it because this is more Cynthia G's area, and she's always has an agenda to prove how black men make bad decisions. So of course she's going to report on this. But if you look at the majority of black YouTube, they're remaining silent. They don't want to talk about this interracial dating. A lot of those black men are in interracial dating, so they're keeping it hush-hush. They're keeping it silent and quiet. So let's go ahead and let's talk about this situation, all right? So, video shows. Now, they have a video of her in the apartment. Somebody on the other side of the apartment taking a picture of the police showing up and arresting the lady. Video similarly shows Instagram influencer Courtney Tailor covered in blood inside Miami apartment where Christian Obumseli was fatally stabbed to death. This is a black man from Nigeria. So he's a firstborn immigrant here in America. So the Nigerian family came to America, brought Christian, and Christian, you know, he's here with the white wife, which black interracial dating for Africans is not a big problem. I know for African Americans it's a big problem because of the history going on. But for Africans, if you get married to a white person, they see that as something positive. So when they see him married to this gorgeous white lady, you know, this lady is fine, you know. And just saying, they see like, oh, this is good. My brother, this is good. So let's go ahead and see this picture. I'm going to show you the video.
Sunday evening, Miami police were called to the Paraiso condos in Edgewater, where they found Christian stabbed near lifeless. Medics rushed him to Ryder trauma, where he later died. Police say this was a domestic situation, and they detained a woman not too long after the stabbing after they arrived. But she, Baker, acted, meaning that she had to involuntarily be taken to a mental health hospital. That woman has not been formally charged, so we are not identifying her. But Florida's Baker Act requires up to a 72-hour hold for evaluation. Sunday evening, Miami police were called.
Okay, so you guys see the situation here. The reason why not a lot of people are talking about it is because they detained the accuser under Mental Health Act, the Baker Law, so they're not able to release that information of who the person is, their first and last name, okay? But we know who the person that got killed, Christian Obumseli. He got killed by her. Now, where was this act for O.J. Simpson? Of course not. But you see the situation, how it's changed when it's the other way around. Now you get admitted for psychiatric. Now you get protected by the media. They're not allowed to reveal your name. Now they put under mental health. This is the stages of how this white woman is going to get off stabbing a black man to death. If it was the other way around, that black man would be arrested, he'll be put in jail, there'll be no bail. You see, the year is 2022, guys. Okay? All right, let's keep going, because I'm about to break this down. So let's go right here. So TMZ also has a video, all right, of what was going on. So we're going to get to that too. So earlier this week, we reported that Miami police investigate a fatal stabbing of a 27-year-old named Christian Toby Obumseli. As the news of the death spread, people on social media, including Christian's alleged friends, began to point fingers. Well, there was only one lady in the apartment. So whose fingers are you trying to point at? There's only one person. So how are we going to get this lady off, okay? And the reason why they're keeping it hush-hush and you're not really hearing it about it is because they're trying to get this lady off. They're hoping that if there's no mass media, if no Black Lives Matter jump into this, as long as they don't jump into this and we keep it hush-hush, then we can get this lady off of murder and just say it was due to self-defense. That's probably what they're going to say. Manslaughter, let's try and get her on manslaughter, maybe even, lower than that, and just try and get her off, as long as we don't have a lot of media outrage. And I'll tell you later why there is no outrage by the black community. All right, I'll tell you why. So, new footage on TMZ appears that Courtney was present in the apartment during Christian's death. Not only TMZ footage showed Courtney sitting in the apartment covered in blood from what we can assume is Christian's own blood, covered Courtney's face, arms, stomach, chest. So she's caught red-handed, guys. She's caught red-handed in the apartment, covered in his blood. So we don't even have to worry about the DNA and all of that. But they're going to try self-defense. So some of the witnesses are saying that Christian was beating her up and she was doing self-defense by stabbing him. And that's what these witnesses who were not in the apartment but who were looking through the window, I guess they could see that from the window. We're talking about a high sky-rise condo. They're getting a few witnesses to say that it was self-defense, that we saw her through the window getting attacked by the boyfriend. You see, this is how she's going to get off, guys. Pay attention. This is how she's going to get off. The woman was transported to the police department station for questioning, where she reportedly threatened to kill herself. She was then reportedly placed on psychiatric hold, okay, for an alleged mental health evaluation. At this time, we cannot confirm Courtney's whereabouts. While authorities haven't named Courtney, okay, because of the Baker Act, they can't name her name. They're trying to cover it up. Courtney's main and backup Instagram account contains no photo of Christian. So they've already wiped it clean right now. And they've also closed down her Instagram account, so no comments can be made. His latest post, made on September the 1st, shows a smiling Courtney holding Christian's hand in the comment section. So this is on Christian's own profile, showing pictures, that he was with her. So here are some pictures, the last few pictures that we have of this man. Him with her in the car, kissing together, holding hands together. So everything was cordial a few days before the accident. And now the grieving family is saying, I can't believe this happened. Like, how did this happen? He didn't deserve this. And, all that type of sad talk. I honestly can't believe I'm writing this, Jeff wrote in the post caption. It is with heaviest heart I announce the murder of my younger brother, Christian Toby, who was brutally killed on a Sunday week from his 28th birthday. God damn. A week from his birthday. I'm truly at loss for words. He didn't deserve this. There's a lot to process. Thank you, everyone who reached out. Your support is truly felt and appreciated during this devastating time. I ask the community to please pray for me and my family. The story is still developing. Oh, man. Now, let's start with the elephant in the room, right, guys? A black man was stabbed to death. Allegedly, well, Come on now. She's caught red-handed by white girlfriend. And the police appear to be having difficulty time assessing whether a murder has happened. Really, guys? So you telling me the police was trying to figure out if this was a murder or not? And whether the white woman should be charged. If this was a black man, let's turn it around. He would immediately be arrested. Immediately. And already charged for attempted murder. They would put him in jail, no bond. But with a white woman doing it, now they got to think of saying, we don't know if she did the murder. Maybe an intruder jumped in and must have covered the murder. I know she's covered in blood. Maybe she was close to him when he was attacked. You know, they're going to make all kinds of stories. They're in the apartment talking to her, trying to figure out how we can make a story so she can get out of this situation. So remember, the year is 2022, guys. So according to ABC, 27-year-old Christian Toby Obumseli was fatally stabbed inside a luxury apartment building, One Paraiso in Miami Edgewater. Miami police are investigating the incident. 3 people say who were the close friends of Obumeseli. This is self-defense. That's what they're trying to say. This is self-defense, right? I could not tell if it was an open-handed or closed-handed, but he was swinging at her, the neighbor said. And then we seen her hit him. I've never seen him hit her. All right, and they're trying to cause confusion. From what I personally gathered experience between the both of them, we believe that Christian put her in a position where she would need to stab him to protect herself. All right, you see, they're coming up with a story of self-defense. Now, y'all see this lady. This is what the cops saw. They see this beautiful white lady with this black guy, and they're like, nah, I don't believe that this Snow White could do this. So they're making up all this type of stories, and now they're trying to find evidence, eyewitnesses that will make it seem like it's, defense, self-defense. So y'all see her. She looks fine. I know some of y'all will hear the story and be like, yo, I'll still go and see her. And they're still in her DMs. I'm telling you, when she stabbed that guy, the next day she went on Instagram and guys were still hitting her up on her DMs. The next day, she didn't even stay in jail she stayed for overnight and was released the next day on bail. And that same next day, guys were in her DMs. She was talking about how she's single now. So she completely, ignores what happened yesterday, and she says, I'm now single the next day with these thirst trap pictures of her. And guys are hitting her up in her DMs. She just stabbed the guy, and guys are in her DMs. That's some ridiculous stuff, man. Sometimes that's why guys, they can't take us seriously. They'll be like, uh-oh, here we go. This is why they can't take guys seriously. They be in her DMs after she just killed a guy yesterday. It's like guys lose their IQ as soon as they see a hot white woman. And there's some more pictures of her, right? Some more thirst trap pictures of her. Oh, Lord, you guys. All right, so let me make this picture big where the police are talking to her, all right? From TMZ. Here she is in an apartment, all covered in blood. The police are trying to figure out what happened. They're trying to corroborate a story. Okay? She's talking to the police officers right now. There's a dog there too. They're taking pictures of the scene now with their cell phones, I guess. And they put the yellow tape. Like she'd be taken away. These are two white cops, two white male cops, and they see somebody like her there. All right, so let's talk about this. We already know what the situation is. Now I want to explain to you why a lot of people are not talking about it, especially in Black YouTube. Is not talking about it. Like, remember when OJ got arrested and everybody was talking about it? There was such outrage in the community. Everybody was talking about it, and it's because OJ Simpson was beloved by the Black community. See, they could not believe what was going on, but with this man, you would think that the Black community, the Black men will come to his aid and be like, this is so wrong. Black Lives Matter will be like, this is so wrong. But it's not, because what he did is when they dug up his past and his posting on Instagram, a lot of his Instagrams were making fun of Black women. And that is one thing you don't do. Sure, you can go ahead and do your interracial dating, but don't make fun of Black women and why you won't date Black women. Because when something goes down to you, don't expect the Black community to your aid. When you're out here, Black girls, he's putting posters talking about how, the way Black girls disgrace themselves on TV. This is one of his posting. Another posting, Black girls are born knowing how to shake their ass. Me, honestly, I don't see, they're not my type. Then another post, he put, white titties, Black titties, just saying haha. He'd rather have white titties. Can't believe things I talk to Black girls when I don't. Oh my God, I'm tired of these Black girls in my government class. Football can be time, venue, breast cancer, military awareness, but bring up Black Lives Matter, it's not the time for me. So he already took a diss at Black Lives Matter. So this is what happens is, brothers don't have a problem when you do interracial dating. See, we don't have a problem. Where they have a problem is when you're a Black man and you're making fun of your own Black community, and then when something goes down, don't expect the Black community to come to your aid. With O.J. Simpson, it was a different case. He was beloved by the Black family, even though he was out with a white girl. A lot of guys will be okay with that. Women, they understand that. But he never took shots at the Black community. He kept silent. He kept quiet. And that's where he went wrong. That's why it's being hush-hush. Nobody's talking about it on Black YouTube. Only O'Shea Duke Jackson, because, he made tons of videos per day. But if you look at the Black YouTube, everybody is remaining silent. No one is talking about this, even though it's a trending topic in the white community. And then when they find the lady not guilty, no one is going to talk about it either. There is no outrage. So you see, don't be out here taking shots and then expect people to come to your aid. That's why no one is talking about it. Anyways, guys, what do y'all think? Leave your comments down below. That's all I got to say about this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. And that's all I got to say. Bye-bye.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.